My girlfriend threw away my late sister's belongings, claiming it would help me heal, so I stood my ground and walked away from her instead. At 33 years old, working as a graphic designer in Austin, I led a fairly quiet, organized life. My cozy apartment in a peaceful neighborhood held cherished memories, particularly of my younger sister, whom I'd tragically lost several years before. Our bond had always been uniquely close, more like friends than siblings, and her sudden passing left a lasting void. Among my most precious possessions were a few personal items she left behind. A worn denim jacket she loved, a journal filled with her poetry, and a small keyboard she often played. These belongings weren't just objects, they represented her enduring presence in my life. They brought me comfort, helped ground me in moments of uncertainty, and allowed me to preserve the memories we shared. A little over half a year ago, I attended a friend's birthday gathering where I met Emma. She was vibrant and personable, quickly catching my attention. Soon, casual meetings turned into regular dates, and before long, we found ourselves in a relationship. Early on, I introduced her to my apartment, carefully explaining the significance of my sister's belongings. She initially showed understanding, expressing sympathy without excessive prying or judgment, which I appreciated. As time passed, however, subtle signs began appearing that indicated her discomfort with my sister's mementos. Initially, these were harmless comments, brief mentions about how I seemed overly attached to the past. At first, I brushed them aside, thinking they were simply attempts at helpful advice or minor misunderstandings. But gradually, the frequency of her remarks increased. Emma started suggesting I could be happier if I moved on, encouraging me to clear out or store my sister's items. Each comment felt increasingly intrusive, making me uncomfortable but unsure how to approach the subject without causing tension. One morning, while preparing breakfast, I noticed Emma quietly rummaging through my sister's belongings. Caught off guard, I confronted her gently, asking why she was handling the items. Her response, that she was merely organizing clutter, did little to ease my discomfort. That moment left a lingering unease in my mind, an unsettling suspicion that she viewed my sister's memories as obstacles. Soon after, Emma began proposing changes to my apartment decor. Initially, she suggested minor adjustments, rearranging furniture or introducing new artwork. However, I noticed that each suggestion subtly aimed to distance or hide my sister's belongings. Her insistence made me feel as though she was attempting to erase a crucial part of my personal history. Despite feeling uncomfortable, I firmly declined any attempts to remove or relocate my sister's cherished possessions. The tension culminated in a significant disagreement one evening when Emma openly expressed her dissatisfaction. She argued that the reminders of my sister prevented me from fully embracing the present. I felt stunned and hurt by her insensitivity. My sister's items weren't barriers. They were integral parts of my life, holding emotional significance and providing comfort. The conversation ended abruptly, leaving a palpable strain between us. That night, sleep eluded me as I struggled with conflicting emotions. I wondered how someone who claimed to care for me could dismiss such an essential part of my identity and history. Her inability to empathize with my ongoing sense of loss deeply troubled me. In the weeks that followed, Emma's attempts became increasingly overt. One afternoon, she casually informed me she'd researched local storage units, enthusiastically suggesting we store my sister's items away. Shocked by her presumption, I immediately rejected the idea, explaining that these items belonged exactly where they were, within my home and daily life. Her reaction, a mixture of disappointment and resentment, only heightened my growing apprehension. Shortly after, I had to leave town briefly to assist my parents with home repairs. Emma volunteered to stay at my place, promising to care for the apartment during my absence. Trusting her intentions, I agreed. However, while away, a neighbor messaged me urgently, describing how he'd seen Emma disposing of several boxes into the apartment dumpster. Panic surged through me, instantly suspecting she'd discarded my sister's belongings. Rushing back home, anxiety consumed me. Upon arrival, my worst fears were confirmed. My sister's jacket, journal, and keyboard were missing. Emma admitted, almost proudly, that she'd thrown them out, insisting it was for my own good. Rage and grief overwhelmed me as I rushed to retrieve the items. Pulling them from the dumpster, I discovered they were partially damaged. The journal was smudged and torn, the keyboard cracked beyond immediate use, and the jacket stained. Emma stood by, arguing she acted out of concern and love, claiming she wanted me to free myself from past attachments. Her words sounded hollow, devoid of genuine empathy or understanding. In that painful moment, I realized we fundamentally differed in values. She perceived my cherished memories as hindrances, unable or unwilling to grasp their profound importance to me. Decisively, I told her our relationship was over. Emma reacted with anger, accusing me of choosing memories over our future. Yet to me, preserving my sister's legacy was not merely clinging to the past, it was honoring the deep connection we'd shared. After Emma stormed away, I methodically salvaged what remained of my sister's possessions, grief mingling with resolute clarity. Following our separation, Emma spread negative remarks among mutual acquaintances, labeling me as obsessive and trapped by grief. While some of her friends attempted to rationalize her actions, my true friends understood and supported me wholeheartedly. Their empathy reinforced my decision, reminding me that no relationship justified sacrificing cherished memories. Slowly, healing commenced. With assistance from close friends, I restored what I could. Professional cleaning salvaged the jacket. Although marked permanently, it retained its sentimental value. The journal, despite irreparable damage, still held precious intact pages. A local craftsman managed partial repairs to the keyboard, turning it into a silent memorial displayed proudly in my home. Reflecting on the relationship and its painful conclusion, I recognized critical lessons. Genuine love and support involve respecting a partner's past, not demanding its erasure. Emma's actions revealed a profound lack of empathy, exposing irreparable flaws in our compatibility. Choosing my emotional health and the integrity of my memories over a misguided relationship strengthened my sense of self-worth. My sister remains a vibrant part of my life, her memory continuing to inspire me daily. Her belongings symbolize our shared experiences and serve as comforting reminders of the bond we once enjoyed. Preserving them isn't about dwelling in the past, but acknowledging its influence on who I've become. Though ending the relationship carried emotional difficulty, I emerged stronger and more self-aware. No longer feeling pressured to abandon crucial parts of my identity, I reclaimed control over my narrative. Understanding that authentic love should uplift and respect personal history, I resolved to seek relationships rooted in empathy and mutual acceptance moving forward. Today, peace has returned to my life. My apartment remains a sanctuary, thoughtfully decorated to balance memories of the past with openness to the future. My sister's possessions hold prominent, respected positions within my home, reinforcing their importance without overshadowing daily living. In the end, confronting Emma's disregard for my grief empowered me to embrace my emotional truth confidently. Acknowledging the legitimacy of my feelings and memories provided liberation, reinforcing the understanding that genuine relationships must honor individual experiences and emotional landscapes. I now live authentically, grounded in honoring my sister's memory, refusing to compromise emotional integrity for anyone. Choosing self-respect over emotional manipulation proved both challenging and profoundly rewarding. As I continue this journey, each day reaffirms the value of maintaining personal boundaries and cherishing meaningful memories. Thanks for hearing my story. If you resonated with this experience or found value in this perspective, please subscribe to the channel